All right, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to set the scene. But he goes, "That's your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Then he goes, "Man, selling drugs must really pay, huh?" And I busted out laughing because I appreciated the boldness of it. And having a comedic mind, I understood the process. This guy seen me, he seen my car, he had a thought. Part of him is like, "Nah, don't say that." But a bigger part of him is like, "Nah, fuck it, just say it." And you know what I mean? It was funny. I laughed. I didn't take offense to it. It doesn't bother me. You know, I mean, because I used to sell drugs. I mean, like his judgment was wrong, but only on the timing. Yeah, man, I remember being a kid when all the other kids talk about what they want to do when they get older. I was always a kid like, "Yeah, man, I want to sell drugs just like my dad." You know what I mean, because all the other kids' dads, they woke up and went to work. I mean, this is the early 90s when most kids still had fathers. But, I mean, my dad, he woke up and played Street Fighter. And then got on a motorcycle, went to play basketball, got in a nice car, went to play golf. And I was the only kid in the hood with a swimming pool, man, so it was like, for me, it was a no-brainer. And I'm not outing my dad's business or anything. He wrote it all in a book before he died. It's called A Punk from East LA. And you can buy this book on Amazon. And if you buy this book, all the proceeds, they go to a special foundation. Not that all the proceeds go to me, man, so I hope you buy the book. Again, that's A Punk from East LA. You can buy it on Amazon, iBooks, Barnes and Nobles. But, you know, my dad, he changed his life 10 years before he passed. And he got right with God. He started preaching the gospel. And which only made it easier for me to change my life just a few years after he did. And it wasn't easy. I mean, you know, there's no AA for drug dealers. I mean, they call that prison. But you see, because I did everything my dad did, I did pretty much. I mean, except for the whole suicide thing. I hope that skips a generation. Oh yeah, the book has a plot twist. So again, that's A Punk from East LA. Yeah, but I grew up in a complex home, you know, because even though we got the occasional police visit, I also grew up in a fairly strict Christian home. And you might think that's hypocritical, but it wasn't. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, hypocritical, but there was never there was always a defined line between right and wrong. Like, my dad never tried to excuse his actions. Except one time he did. When he went, he says, well, the Bible says, "Do unto your neighbor as you would have him do unto you." And if I wanted drugs, I would want my neighbor to sell them to me. Always trying to find a loophole, you know what I mean? Always trying to find a loophole. But, yeah, but I wouldn't trade my childhood, you know? Like, I had a great mom who was always there. Again, it's the early 90s. But, you know, I also went to a Baptist academy for a few years that the church I went to ran. And when I started going there, man, I was like, man, like I was one of the top students there. I remember the pastor would brag on me. I used to wake up, at 13 years old, I used to wake up at 4:30 a.m. just to say I woke up earlier than the pastor did. Like, man, you know? And after a few years, I became the first student in that school ever to get expelled and asked not to return. Because I hit 14 and something happened, man. I got introduced to weed and bone thugs, and I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm either aiming for the stands or I'm attacking the mound. You know, I'm going hard in the paint one way or another. So, yeah. But it's funny, it's interesting because out of all the students from that generation, I'm the only one that would still attend that church. So that's irony, I guess, you know, you can get rid of me. You know? But yeah, man, it's a thing. Also, real quick, what's the time, mommy? So I can know this story.
1 more minute.
Oh man, I don't got time for this story. All right then, you guys gonna have to wait till next week. The suspense continues. And this is a story, man. I'm telling you, you want to come back? No, but I'll end it off with a classic. You know what I mean? If you're wondering why I'm in a wheelchair, it's from a motorcycle accident. Most people assume that I got shot. All right, I got shot on my motorcycle, which led to the accident. But it was an accident no, I didn't get shot, man. I didn't get shot. You know, and I don't even think I had enough time, though. I don't want to overkill it. This still takes a few minutes. I had fun playing with y'all, man. Let's get this night going. It's late. I want to go home and eat some pizza.